Greetings and welcome to Drawings of Dragons. I'm your host, Miguel Lawler. Today I invite you to discover a place like no other. A place of great joy, but also great danger. And I'll tell you how my drawing skills saved my life for the first time. So, my curious, valiant friends, please, come with me. Allow me to regale you with the sinister chronicle of a place where captivating yet repulsive beings made their entrance into my adventures. Today, I invite you to step into a unique realm. The Goblin Cabaret. The tale of this now infamous Goblin Cabaret commenced a long time ago, when it bore a different name and, more importantly, a vastly different clientele. I had the pleasure of encountering a character who would later become an inseparable friend, the flamboyant and ever-jovial Uriel Daggerfordy. My friend was a bon vivant, a lover of wine, fine food, and nocturnal escapades. He never missed a celebration, not once. It was a point of pride for him. Even the most obscure birthdays of an ancient aunt, the kind attended with the enthusiasm of one approaching the gallows, were occasions of genuine jubilation for him. Rest assured, though, that the majority of these soirees were in far more exciting company than that of bitter old aunts. And so, one day, he invited me to what he proclaimed as the best place in the world, an inn known as the Moulin-Rouge, a peculiar establishment situated in what had once been a genuine windmill and its surroundings. There, a weary traveler might find a comfortable bed, revelers could enjoy unique entertainment, and all could partake in the finest beer, good wine, and excellent cuisine, courtesy of Chef Oba Oba, always ready to regale with ribald jokes for the amusement of his patrons. But I believe that most of the Moulin-Rouge's regulars were drawn by the artists who performed there. One could witness the incredible feats of Rubber, the pretzel man. Rumor had it that he was in love with Beaver Muff, one of the dancers, a true seducer. It was hard to catch one's breath amidst fits of laughter when hilarious Piglet took the stage to tell his jokes, punctuated by the sound of Mr. Bobo, his maraca. What a prodigious comedian! His jokes might not have seemed particularly funny, but as soon as he wielded Mr. Bobo, the meaning of the anecdote became clear, and the audience would double over with compulsive laughter. What a talent! Yet the evening reached its climax with the entrance of the sumptuously beautiful daughters of Na-Na-Na. I must admit that the most invigorating sensations coursed through my body at the sight of these audacious young ladies. I won't recount how many delightful evenings my friend Uriel and I spent in this renowned establishment. Nevertheless, not everything was rosy at the Moulin-Rouge. It was said that the old windmill was haunted. The girls complained of strange noises backstage and the feeling of being observed by someone or something. No one paid much heed to their complaints until the day Rubber the pretzel man was found in a bucket next to the lavatories. At first, we thought it was a new act the marvelous contortionist was secretly preparing. In the somber realm of the conceivable, we pondered upon the notion that self-dismemberment might be a venture too profound, perhaps surpassing the limits of possibility, even for one as extraordinary as him. The incident was hushed up to avoid disturbing the inn's clientele. But the catastrophes were just beginning. The following week, Mr. Bobo was found on the floor, but there was no sign of Hilarious Piglet. Some said he had simply left to seek greener pastures, but most of us knew he would never part with his cherished maraca. In the days that followed, inn patrons claimed to have seen demons even in their beds. The situation became very tense, with only the brave daughters of Na 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 continuing their performances. Finally, one day, the unthinkable happened. During the presentation of the daughters of Na Na Na, in the spot where Beaver Muff, the most coveted of them, should have held her place, all beheld a hideous green creature with bulging eyes and a malevolent laugh. I must add that the creature executed the choreography to perfection, but despite this notable performance, the little monster did not seem to win unanimous approval. Urel, my valiant friend, leaped to his feet, pointing at the creature and exclaimed, "It's a goblin!" The dancers scattered in all directions, and the men drew swords and knives, ready to confront the pernicious creature. On the contrary, I was delighted to see one of these creatures for the first time, and I pulled out my sketchbook to preserve the memory. Seeing that its presentation did not garner the expected success, the goblin whistled a very high-pitched note. And from every dark corner of the place, its countless skin emerged. What a memorable chaos! Goblins were everywhere. Some stabbed, others beat, some drank, others ate, and all screamed and laughed. The brave individuals who had produced their blades fled by jumping through windows or crowded at the exit. At that moment, I lost sight of Urel, because I was so absorbed in sketching these goblins that I missed the opportunity to escape them. Despite my legendary prowess in finding good hiding spots, I ended up being captured. It was then that the fear finally struck me. One of the goblins snatched my sketchbook from my hands, and I envisioned myself being cut into pieces like poor pretzel man. But to my great surprise, it seemed rather pleased with my drawings. And I was granted my life in exchange for my talents as a portraitist. I learned that this tribe of goblins had stumbled upon the Moulin-Rouge by chance while digging a tunnel in the wrong direction. And thrilled by the reverie, they secretly observed the artists to learn their trade. Following the goblins' takeover, the place became infamous and dangerous. Elves, humans, dwarves, and other humanoid beings deserted the vicinity of the old windmill, fearing being kidnapped by goblins and forced to endure their shows and amenities, often until death. I give you the example of Ryodo Haha, Hilarious Piglet's #1 fan. The goblin comedian literally captured his stage partners, and after making them endure the terrible torment of listening to a long, unbearable sequence of the worst jokes ever uttered, he would employ Mr. Bam Bam, his particularly effective maraca. One or two blows to the top of the skull were enough to enlist the most chaotic explosions of laughter from the Goblin gang. This spectacle even became a reference, and people traveled from distant and deep caves to witness it. And thus, from the ashes of the Moulin-Rouge, the Goblin Cabaret was born. Of course, the goblins did not grant me my freedom. After drawing the entire tribe of the cabaret, they sold me to other clans, and I thus traveled to several underground realms. However, my long captivity among the goblins, while somewhat uncomfortable, was a greatly profitable period. I learned to speak their language with a delightful accent, of which I'm not a little proud. And I could immortalize in drawings the crème de la crème of goblin nobility. I became, in a manner of speaking, the royal painter. Until the day I managed to escape from the court of Goblin King Fistil III. You have likely surmised it is from this experience that my bestseller 763 Days Among the Goblins was born. A book where I address several intriguing questions such as, do goblins take showers? Where do goblins go on vacation? Or even, was I compelled to consume human flesh, particularly bacon prepared from hilarious piglet? To know the answer, I encourage you to procure my book. Having eluded my captivity, I fortunately reunited with my friend Urel Dagforte and the daughters of Na. I greatly availed myself for their company to tend to the wounds of both body and soul. But that, my companion in curiosity, is another tale. If you wish to acquire a copy of 763 Days Among the Goblins, or if you enjoyed my narrative and desire to learn more about Urel Dagforte, the daughters of Na, or other characters, please leave a small comment. Your opinion is invaluable to me. Do not forget to bestow a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it among your friends. And until our paths cross once more, I extend to you wishes for a journey adorned with benevolent wonders.